Am I the jerk for expecting my stepdaughter to forgive me because I raised her? Plus update. Original post. Please be patient with me. I, 35 female, met my now husband, 48 male, 12 years ago. He was married and his wife had terminal cancer. He was honest with me, and I know it was a rotten thing, and I wish we had met that way. Eventually his wife found out, but she decided to just not bother. He said when he was coming to see me, she would pretend he was working long hours, and that's what she told everyone at the time. After his wife's death, we started dating openly and eventually got married. He had a 2-year-old when his wife died, and I raised her as if she were my own daughter. She called me mom. She recently found her mom's diary in the boxes in the basement. She found out the origin of our relationship. She now hates me, her dad, and her 4 half-siblings. She says her mom died of a broken heart. I apologized to her and told her I paid my dues by raising her like my own. She doesn't want to talk to me or her dad. Not only is she staying with her grandparents now, but she has also told everyone in the family awful things about us, based on what her mom wrote. Am I the a-hole for expecting her to move on? Her mom was terminal, and I raised her. Her feelings are valid. She is allowed to feel however she wants about the situation. Maybe with time she'll forgive, or she won't, and you have to accept it. I love how OP never takes personal responsibility for what she did. She uses passive language about it happening, but it's depersonalized and abstract, not a personal statement acknowledging guilt. This affair happened versus I am responsible for this affair. She didn't care about the feelings of the poor wife and daughter then, and she still doesn't now. She doesn't care how she hurt them. She doesn't care that she made the late wife suffer even more in her last days. She doesn't care about the vows her husband took to his late wife. But I bet if the roles were reversed, she'd be incensed. OP, your stepdaughter does not owe you respect or forgiveness, especially not when you won't even give a sincere apology acknowledging the harm that you personally caused. Even if you do apologize to your stepdaughter, it wouldn't erase her mother's suffering. She's angry on her mom's behalf. Let her go. Maybe someday she'll be willing to forgive you, but you can't force it. Plus, OP paid her due by raising daughter as her own. WTF, the child basically saw OP as a mother her whole life. And now OP is saying to the daughter's face that she was just a burden necessary to atone for her sins. That's so much worse than just not apologizing. Also, that means the father cheated on his dying wife while they just had a baby. What a POS. Yeah, OP's husband sucks majorly. I'm sure this is also hitting his daughter right now and contributing to her anger too. I wouldn't be surprised if she goes full no contact with everyone involved. She has told everyone in the family awful things about us based on the stuff her mom wrote. Are these things true? Because there's a very good chance the things are true. OP never denies it. She's just got hurt fifis that people don't like her now. You're the a-hole. First of all, this is new information to her. She hasn't even had the chance to fully process this without telling she should forgive you. Second, you raised her because you married her father. None of that excuses the choices you made. You knew he was married. You knew his then-wife had cancer. You made the choice to keep dating him. Stop acting like you're the victim here. Right? I expected it to be, Mom died then we met, and Dad replaced her in daughter's eyes. But OP literally cheated with the dad, then had the audacity to flip the mattress and pretend everything was fine. If I was that poor kid, I wouldn't be talking to my step-parent either. Now for the update. No, I'm not having an affair now. Yes, both his late wife's family and his own family are attacking me. Yes, I deserve it. No, I'm not going to leave him. I talked to him again last night. I asked him why he doesn't say anything to his family, that it wasn't all my fault. We both did a rotten thing. He said, "What do you want me to say?" I was looking for a shoulder to cry on. I was vulnerable. You should have stopped me when I kissed you. You should have known better. But it doesn't matter. It's ancient history. I don't even think about it or care. I moved on, and so should you. Just ignore everyone. As for my daughter, she'll come around. Just give her space. You're the only mom she knows, and she loves you. Don't worry. I went to bed and cried my eyes out. Yes, this is karma. I'm aware. Next story. Am I the a-hole for being furious that my husband and his mother hid that she lost her pension to a scam and now expect me to financially support her? So, my mother-in-law, mid-50s, has always been a bit much. She's a lifelong hypochondriac, constantly convinced she's dying, despite doctors telling her she's fine. Over the years, I've learned to smile and nod while she goes on about her spells and energies. But recently, things went off the rails. She started seeing a soothsayer who convinced her that her workplace was full of dark energy, draining her life force. She was advised to resign immediately and devote herself to healing. Against all logic, she quit her stable job and cashed out her pension. Turns out, a few months ago, she met another soothsayer who told her her life force was being drained by bad energy and that only a cleansing ritual, for a fee, could save her. Long story short, she gave away nearly her entire pension and savings to this scam artist. She did not tell anyone while going through her cleansing. But here's the kicker. My husband knew. She told him, swore him to secrecy, and he agreed because she was embarrassed. Months ago, and he said nothing. He claims he didn't want to stress me out and that his mom was just going through something. Fast forward to now. She's broke, has no savings, no income, and is suddenly turning to us. Well, me for help with groceries, medication, rent, everything. And when did I find out? Only because she confessed when she had no money left. I absolutely lost it. I told my husband it's insane that he kept this from me and that I feel like I've been blindsided into being responsible for someone else's mess. He says I'm being heartless and it's not her fault. She was manipulated. But I say she's a grown adult who made a choice and hid it while expecting us to clean it up. So now I'm scrambling to keep our own household afloat and make sure she's not starving, all because of a decision I had zero say in. Am I the a-hole? Not the a-hole. Honestly, to me this is divorce-worthy. Your husband committed financial infidelity and now expects you to pay for it. If I were in your place, I'd be contacting the lawyer and looking for a way to get out of this marriage ASAP. Otherwise, you'll have his mother take and take while you're breaking your back to support her. Nope. I'm really considering it, but I feel that they will say I left because she needs support. Who cares what they say? You need to protect yourself, and your husband has showed you that you can absolutely not trust him. I feel like an idiot because you just repeated what my sister said when I told her this. Not the a-hole. I'd be out of there so fast. Let mom's baby boy take care of her. Give me your courage, because I have no idea how I would start over with an autistic 8-year-old boy. I don't know if I can muster up the courage to destabilize my son. Get out. Now, get his father to pay child support. It is not as difficult as it may seem from your vantage point. I am not saying it will be easy. I am saying right now, staying means you have to juggle being responsible for an 8-year-old autistic boy and his baby tantrum grandmother and her dimwit enabler son. Read that last again. Which one seems easier to manage, the 1 or the 3? This made me laugh. 1. My grandparents are divorced and my parents are divorced. I think that's what's making it hard. I thought I would break the cycle. I would get an attorney and divorce him. You need to protect yourself financially. Meanwhile, separate your finances, open a new account. Don't warn him. Make that attorney appointment stat. You do have a say. You can say no. Planning to. Our finances are not connected. My country does not do joint accounts and employers prefer to pay into an account with the employee details. I just need to find out what I should expect to happen, since I earn more than him and he has 0 assets, whereas I own the house we live in. Still mortgaged, though. Now for the update. Yeah, it gets worse. I'm embarrassed and I honestly didn't want to update, but so many people reached out that I have to. Well, as I said in the comments that I needed to sort through my finances, because even though divorce was the unanimous answer Reddit gave me, I needed to know if financially it was possible. Backstory: I had a car I couldn't trade in because of the shortfall. My honest, loving husband suggested leasing it to his brother. I was wary, but he swore it would be fine. We signed a contract. Payments came in on time for a while. I got my new car. Life went on. At some point, before the pension thing, dear husband decided he wanted to take over the house finances. And like a fool, I let him. I slowly watched groceries and bills stop adding up, even when I knew I gave him my portion. But things always worked themselves out, so I didn't question it. Because in that house, asking questions meant I didn't trust him. And now, while reconciling my statements, I realized the car hasn't had a single payment from his brother in months. The payments were from my husband the whole time. And the car's apparently been broken for 2 months. And guess who knew and never told me? Yup, husband. When I found out about the car situation, something in me just broke. Not in a dramatic, plate-smashing, screaming way, just quietly, like a balloon finally deflating. I didn't argue. I didn't cry. I just packed a bag for my son, 8th male, grabbed a few essentials, and went to my mother's house for the night. And before I left, I told my dear, sweet, loving husband he had the day to package his things. He's now moved out, gone to live with his mother, and I'm back in my house. I'm not sure how or what to feel about. I don't know if this was the right decision, if I'll regret this, if we'll ever sort this out. I don't know if this is me now, single mom in need of a lawyer. I'm just numb, and maybe that's okay for now. Thank you to everyone who listened, aimed for the throat, and don't pull their punches. Bonus info, he apologized for everything and said he will do better. But I stood by the separation, and I know I made the right decision, because when he left, he took some of my groceries because his mother ran out. He still doesn't get it. LMFAO, my life is a film with poor casting. I can already see that Subway Surfer background, because this is honestly ridiculous, utterly ridiculous. That's all. You made the right choice. This man would have sacrificed your families, you and son finances to enable his relatives, promising to do better when you've asked him to leave, and then taking you and kiddos food. Yeah, no, this farce of a marriage is over. He'd set you all on fire to keep his mommy and his brother warm. I'm sorry you've had to discover this is who and how he is. Listen, how you feel now is only temporary. It will pass. You and your son deserve better. And this man cannot provide that better. He's a liar and will cheat the family he created with you, so his relatives never have to experience consequences. See a lawyer ASAP. You need to separate finances, everything. He's a lying liability. It was sad to see it. I didn't even comment when he started packing it. I was just done. Good, don't let him back in. He's beyond redemption. Yes, financial infidelity is just as bad as any other kind of fidelity. Unfortunately, you will get stuck with half of the debt in a divorce, but it will be well worth it in the long run. If you don't divorce, his financial support for his family will sink you. Now he can support his relatives and live with his foolish mother. Don't be shocked when he immediately finds someone else to finance him and his family. Last story. Am I the a-hole for refusing to go support and defend my brother in court? Original post. Ever since my mom died, my brother, 16 male, and I, 20 female, have lived with my grandparents. For context, my mom died when I was 17 and my brother was 14, and my dad is out of the picture. Ever since then, my brother has completely gone off the rails. He's stolen my grandma's credit card and spent thousands on Amazon. Broke my grandpa's truck windshield with his fist, keyed 4 different cars, mine included, has been caught watching me in the shower, and now tries to forcibly kiss me when I'm home. I currently live in a college dorm away from him, and I'm the happiest I've ever been. He violently shoved my grandparents down the stairs, crashed my grandpa's 4-wheeler, and yanked the steering wheel while I was driving, almost causing a crash. For all of this, he refuses to take the blame, and my grandparents give him no consequences because they believe boys will be boys. My own aunts, uncles, and cousins despise him now. He never takes accountability and always lies, deflects, and is 100% a narcissist. To top it all off, he's now in court for getting caught doing the deed with his now ex-girlfriend, who was a classmate of his. She is claiming it was RPE and sexual assault. I personally 100% believe her, but my grandparents do not. He's been expelled from his high school. My grandma is insisting I go to court to defend and support him. But how can I defend him when I genuinely believe he is capable of doing something like that? I refuse to go to court for multiple reasons. I'd be missing classes, which I'm spending hundreds of dollars on. It's a 2-hour drive there and back, and most importantly, I genuinely don't want to defend an a-hole. My grandma says I'm being selfish and an a-hole, but I think I'm perfectly reasonable to say no. Especially when he's refused to take responsibility for any of his actions, not a single apology for anything. Am I the a-hole? Edit. I forgot to mention one of his other hobbies, killing/hurting animals. He has done this so often the whole family refers to him as the new Ted Bundy. No, I am not making this up. He's been banned from ever going to my aunt's house. She lives about 5 minutes away from my grandparents, on a farm with tons of animals. Another reason I'm furious is because I have 2 cats. They live with my aunt on the farm because my grandma hates cats. And yes, he's tried to harm and kill my cats for fun. Now for the top comments before reading the update. Not the a-hole, but it may be worthwhile if you can find time to show up and tell the court exactly what you've told us here. He is a sociopath. He needs to be locked up. I agree. I would contact the prosecutor and ask if you can have him/her read a statement on your behalf. Explain that you can't be there in person and you don't trust your family members not to edit/change the statement. It's not unusual for victim impact statements to be given along with character references during sentencing, and you clearly have been a victim. Hopefully the prosecutor will agree to read your statement, though it might be more meaningful if you were to attend via Zoom so you could be put under oath. Depending on jurisdiction, some judges will do that, and then your statement is considered evidence, not just opinion. Not the a-hole, but I'd take 2 or 3 days off from classes. Email professors about the situation. Look for a storage unit you can afford and take all of your belongings out of grandparents' home. Then go to court and tell your story. He has been violent on multiple occasions, and he has forcibly tried to kiss you and be inappropriate with you. Tell prosecutor's office you do not believe grandparents are capable of raising him and keeping themselves safe from his violent outbursts, and he needs to be locked up somewhere he can get help. I will probably do this. Only do this if you can afford to completely move out. I don't want grandparents to take it out on you. Some storage facilities offer discounts to students for summer break, etc. when they're out-of-state students who don't want to lug stuff back and forth, so you may luck out if you go with student ID. I'm so sorry you're going through this. It may be time to seek some counseling, ask at school, to deal with the shit you grew up with. Sending hugs, kiddo. Thank you. I've been looking at apartments to move to because they want me to come home for the summer and I don't want to spend 3 months alone with him, let alone a week. Went home for spring break and he almost broke my arm because I asked him to do the dishes. And now for the update. Just got off the phone with my grandma. They were in court yesterday. He is facing a federal charge of sexual assault and possibly RP, depending on whether there's enough evidence. My brother had dreams of going into the army, and those are now crushed. Not sure why the army, that's just all he ever talked about. Apparently, his lawyer is going to try to use the "she was tempting him and he didn't know what he was doing" excuse, which I know is total BS. They're going to evaluate him to see if he is able to comprehend his actions, which I know he will fail because he 100% can. He would brag to me about keying cars, stealing money, hurting my grandma, beating the dog, etc. I really think it'd be best if he was either locked away for a few years or sent somewhere he can get legitimate help. The fact that my grandpa and grandma still believe he's innocent, even when there is video recording of him persuading her to go into a room alone with him, I have no words. Then, during spring break, he went to my dad's and I got a phone call that my brother tried to strangle my dad, who had just gotten out of surgery. I have no words.